Shalom. We want to start off by saying, Call Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. Shalom to the Akim that's out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity, and that's out there enduring hardship like a good soldier of Yahawashi HaMashiach, and out there confessing the Lord's name, Yahweh Yahawashi, in this wicked world, man. So we just want to do a sit down, a little open forum, and just go with the spirit, man. So.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 42, starting at verse 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Exactly. The Lord is going to go forth, come here as a mighty man. He's not coming here as a man of a man that just wants to spread the love, man. He wants to show his hatred that he has for these wicked people that's in this world, man. Because it actually, you know, to contrary belief, man, the Lord actually hates a lot of people. Get Amos 5:15. You know, the Lord, he don't love everything. And when he comes back, he's finna come back and show you, you know? Judy, get your ass out of here.
You said Amos 9?
5:15.
This is Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is telling you right there. It's a lot of people he hate. He's not just love like these churches is teaching us. You know what I'm saying? He's love and hate. He's a perfect balance. So, I mean...
God, and it said, can you start from the top, Baba Kushai?
This is Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good.
Hate the evil and love the good. That's what fearing the Lord is all about, man. Because even in Proverbs it says, if you gonna fear the Lord, and if you love the Lord, you gotta hate the evil and love the good. So what's evil, man? 4th of July is actually a real evil thing, man. Y'all, you got these niggas, these Hispanics, and these Native Americans out here celebrating 4th of July. You niggas was getting slaughtered by these so-called white people. You niggas wasn't getting freed at this time. Niggas wasn't freed at this time. The so-called white people got, these so-called Americans got free from Britain, but you niggas was still in captivity. So what the hell is you out here dressed in all red, white, and blue and have no history or no knowledge of what you're actually really celebrating? Why? Because you follow a multitude to do evil, and you're gonna be put to death for your ignorance, man. Literally, you know, because we in the time of the information age, and you choose to be ignorant. You're willingly ignorant. And actually, when we tell you it, you still going, like people around us, man, we constantly tell them you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. These niggas still celebrate these wicked ass, whack ass holidays, blowing their whole check and blowing their whole fucking savings for some fireworks, man. Spending over $500 for some loud noises and some lights. You know, celebrating a holiday that has nothing to do with them. You know, it actually they're actually celebrating their ancestors being in captivity, getting their ass whooped, being killed unjustly, you know, by these so-called white people. And you niggas celebrate this holiday harder than these white people, man. You know? You got a precept?
Well, yeah, going into you know, how we hate, you know, but this is Psalms 139:21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? Exactly.
So we hate too. We hate everyone that hates the Lord, and everyone that hates the Lord is this whole world, man. 2/3 of our people hate the Lord. You know, and all these heathens definitely hate the Lord, man. They're not showing reverence to the Lord because the Lord's not for them, you know?
They're contrary to everything that the Lord stands for, man. All these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how you know that they hate him, you know, because then they will be abiding by his words, his statutes, and commandments, man. And it's not even for these heathens anyways, but they hate the Lord too, man. His name was a terrible name amongst them, you know?
Yeah, it was a name that was feared amongst them, because even like when Jonah was on that ship, and they was asking everybody who's their gods, trying to figure out who did it. When Jonah said Yahweh, they was in fear and in trembling, you know?
Continuing on, verse 22. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
And this is King David, man. We hate everyone that hates the Lord with the perfect hatred, and we count them our enemies. And the Lord counts out his enemy. We share the same enemies, man. We have common enemies because we're coming in the spirit of the Lord. You know, just like Yahawashi, he was like, if my kingdom was of this world, my servants would fight.
Exactly.
We would fight for him, you know. But we not in the kingdom yet. You know, we in the kingdom of our wicked ass evil twin brother Esau. Man, you so-called white people. You know, you got more on that?
No, that was it on that.
I got appreciate it, cause I mean, we love what the Most High love, and we hate what the Most High hate. So if he loves something, we love it. If he hate it, we hate it. And this is Malachi 1:4. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau as Jacob's brother? Said the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Right, the Lord, he loves our people. All right, Jacob is our forefather. All right, his name was later changed to Israel, Yasharallah in the Hebrew, which is our nationality. You know, and Esau is these so-called white people. Man, Esau means wasted away is he. And these so-called white people was wasted away of everything, man. Of melanin, of spirituality, man. They can't cook shit. They have no flavor to them, man. You know, you got more on that.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
And then that's going into something else.
Right.
But I got a precept. This is Proverbs 8, verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. So we supposed to, since we fear the Lord, then we hate evil. What else do we hate? We hate pride and arrogancy and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. You know, the Lord hates that thing. So if we supposed to like what love what the Most High loves and hate what the Most High hates. That's who we joined on to, man. So we coming in the same spirit of him. We're not gonna go contrary to him because the Lord tells us to love, 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 love. We're not gonna get down with y'all just because that's what society pushes out, man. We gonna get down with the scriptures, man. And if y'all try to persecute us, then that's gonna be a blessing onto us. You can persecute us for bringing out this word, but guess what? You're further condemning yourself and further storing up more treasures for us in heaven. You know?
I can say something too. And this is like, man, this is outside of our own emotions, man. You can't think about all these things in our own sense of how we look at it in this westernized society. As the elders always say, they always talk about, Jake, man, we're too westernized, you know? You know, we get upset, or, well, not us, but, you know, a lot of 2/3, you know, niggas get upset about the order that the woman's supposed to be in, just as an example. That's because we're in a westernized way of thinking, you know? So this is outside of our own thinking and our own emotions, and, you know, we can't get all caught up in that, man. You know, because the Lord, he's just in everything that he does and that he says, man. It's righteous to recompense tribulation to those that trouble us, man. That's his word. So when judgment's being put out, we know that's according to the will of the Heavenly Father and his Son, man. And we aren't to be all getting emotional about it, man. And I just want to say that point.
Yeah, I got a quick precept on what you were saying. 2nd Ezra is 4:2. And said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world. This is an angel speaking to Ezra. Said that thy heart has gone too far in this world. Meaning his mind is too far, like these 2/3 of our people, their mind is too far gone into this world, so they can't comprehend the spiritual things that we're trying to bring out. That's why what Paul says, he said, I can only speak to you carnal things. You can't even understand the carnal things. How the hell are we supposed to give you spiritual things, man? Because your mind is too far gone into this world, and so you can't comprehend, you know, the ways of the Most High. But you can comprehend easy. You can break down some Esau doctrine, the flat Earth. You can break down that shit. That's not of the Most High, man. That's of this world. You know, just start from the top. 2nd Ezra is get the foolishness of this world is or the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High. But 2nd Ezra is 4:2. And said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? You think you can comprehend the way of the Most High, man? He's in heaven and we on earth. We can't comprehend what goes down in heaven, but he can comprehend everything that's down here. One, he created it. You know, him and his he had his son created it. It's all his wisdom. And then he's and also he's above us. He's looking down on the earth. He can see everything that's happening. We can't see what's going on in the heavens. So how can we comprehend what stuff like that? And then also this goes into like stuff that they can't comprehend, like that we have a law on rape. You can't comprehend it because your mind is too far gone into this into this Western Hemisphere society. But shit like that goes down in the Middle East, you know. But your mind is too far gone, so you don't understand certain things. A lot, like even way simpler stuff. Like you can't even understand why not to shave your beard, because it gives you it gives you bumps, man. And if the Lord put hair right there, then there's supposed to be hair right there. And also, it's a badge of honor. It separates us from women, you know. Just like lions, they got that full mane, and the female lions don't have manes. It's simple, man. But niggas, oh well, it's just a lineup. It's just a shape of just cleaning it up a little bit. Nigga, your mind is too far gone in this world. And that's why we say Kar Halal Yahawashi Yahawashi for taking our mind out this world and putting it in these scriptures. You know, the scriptures say where your mind is, where your heart is, there also is your treasure. And our mind is in these books, in this book, the holy book, trying to please the Most High. And these niggas' minds is in the world, which the world is wicked, man. You know.
And before he get that precept, I'm gonna get this one, because this is Yahawashi speaking about earthly things and heavenly things. This is John 3:12. If I told you earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things? Exactly. So how can I tell? If I told you that if I told you that you're an Israelite and you don't believe it, and I give you the proof, you know, go to Deuteronomy 28:68. You don't believe that? You think I'm gonna continue on with a conversation and try to break down how the so-called UFOs is the chariots, and there's so-called black men that's controlling them chariots? You can't even get the simple fact that you're Israelite, but you expect to understand the chariots, man, the chariots of Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi, the chariots of Israel. You know, you that's why you know, which we on the line we gonna start just sending motherfuckers on their way if they can't get the simple stuff. You know, you got more on that? No, that's it on that.
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 3, starting at verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Exactly. You got to become a fool, meaning you got to become like get that in Isaiah 28:10, precept upon precept. Start at 9. Go ahead, start from the top.
Yeah. Let no man deceive himself. If
right, you deceive yourself, meaning you proud for no reason, just because you got a degree. And every person that likes to brag about a degree, motherfucker don't even know what degree means. All right, degree means it goes back to the Greek, I believe. D meaning down, and Greek goes back to the Greek word gratis, meaning downgrade. All right. So really getting a degree in this society, you downgrading your mentality because you're being indoctrinated by the fucking devil.
All right.
You're pushing your mind further into this world getting a degree. You know?
You're just learning how to think like Esau.
Exactly.
Because Esau, he's only logical to a certain extent. He doesn't discern the spiritual things. That's why they go and you know, they read things throughout the scriptures and they have to see proof. They go up and dig up artifacts and things like that. They go and look for where the remains of Noah's Ark is and everything like that. They have to go through those things to actually believe it because they're only logical. They aren't spiritual. The Lord didn't make them spiritual, man.
And also they have no faith.
Exactly.
They have no faith. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. You know, and hope for it. They have to see it to believe it. That's Esau. That's Esau's mentality. I gotta see it to believe it.
And not only that, Salakia, though, if they don't see it or, you know what I'm saying, don't understand it, they'll make up a hypothesis about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And just give up their own
Make
what
up
they
their
think.
own theory.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the Big Bang theory. You know what I'm saying? There's no physical evidence that they can try and come up with that's clear enough for them, so they make up their own hypothesis about it. That's according to their own sciences, according to what they think, how they think things work. You know, they try and fit everything to the way that they want to see it, the way they want to understand it. That's where you get all those false doctrines in science and stuff, man.
Confusion,
Evolution and everything.
all kinds of confusion and lies. That's all it is.
Yeah, and the scriptures say, man, many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Esau, he's the main one, man. He thinks that whatever comes to mind is right. You know, whatever comes to his mind is what it is. The Big Bang Theory, you're deceived by your own vain opinion, man, because that's not facts. You have no facts on it. You know, but they have. I mean, it's like it's stupid though when you think about it. Because I was looking at it's the Gulf of Mexico, and the Mississippi River. They won't even mix together. They won't even mix together, and that's of the Lord. Yeah, the waters won't mix together. You can see the line going down of how they're separated. You know, and then I'm looking at the comment boards and shit. And you got some people like, oh, that's how you can prove there's a God. You know, he can
salt water and
exactly.
Fresh water.
He can hold the water. No, he can hold like the waters back. And then so you had some people's like, yeah, that's how you can tell there's God. Then you got Esau ass come on the comment board. Well, actually, it can be scientifically proven that way. You know, motherfucker don't even know what science means, the etymology of science. But they like to take all the works of Yahweh and try to formulate their exactly.
They don't want to accept the fact because they're so prideful that there's things that they don't understand.
Yeah,
and that it can't be explained because the Most High hasn't given them the understanding to get it.
Right. And in doing so, they end up corrupting His word, though. Also, you know what I'm saying?
And then a lot of times they end up even proving the Most High to be even more real. You know, I mean, they prove that He exists. They prove, you know, Yahweh is here.
But even though
it's a living power,
on to that, His word is incorruptible. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's add on to that.
Yeah, because they'll go and try to disprove the Bible, and by doing that, they actually prove the Bible and give us more faith. You know, give us more evidence that what we believe in, that our faith is real. You know. So go ahead and bring that back out.
1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Exactly. So if you got a degree, man, and you come up to one of the camps across the four corners of the earth, you gotta throw all that behind you and become a little babe. You know, like the Lord was saying to Nicodemus, you gotta be born again. You gotta be reborn. And Nicodemus, he was like, I believe it was Nicodemus. He was confused. He was like, "Oh, I got to go back into my mother's womb." He was confused on it, but no, you got to be reborn. Meaning you got to take this knowledge as a babe, a little kid, man, going into this precept. You know, Isaiah 28:9.
This is Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk.
That are weaned from the milk. Keep going.
And drawn from the breast.
Talking about babies. That's how you gonna get this doctrine. That's how you gonna get this truth and this knowledge. If you take it in as a baby, you gotta humble yourself. All right, because if you're proud, then you're not gonna get it. Like a baby don't come out the womb like spitting his bottle out and trying to eat some steak. That's out of order, you know. Go ahead. I think there's more on that.
Isaiah 28:10. For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Exactly, man. So that cuts the Christian churches or these Christians saying, "Oh, you taking it out of context." That's how you're supposed to read the Bible. There's stuff in Isaiah that links up with Revelations. There's stuff in Genesis that links up in Revelations, man. You can't just read it like a novel or a regular book. That shows you that, and no other book is like that, man. Showing you that this is of divine. Yeah, it's a spiritual, man. No other book is written like this, and no one can break this down unless the Lord is dealing with you, man. You know? You got a precept?
No, you want me to finish on that First Corinthians?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Exactly. So He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. He's making the men that don't got no degrees, man. The men that's working in these factories and shit and confounding doctors and confounding professors and stuff.
It takes the foolish things to confound the wise, man.
Exactly.
They look at that as foolish as a brother that doesn't have a college degree or whatnot. Everybody else looks at that as foolish, but he can break down all these scriptures. He can tell you spiritual things. He can tell you what's going to happen, the downfall of America. He can tell you about the kingdom and everything like that. Those people with those degrees, man, they don't know shit, man. They know of straight folly in this world, all this foolishness, and all that knowledge is going to come not in the kingdom, man. Because it's nothing, man. It doesn't benefit. It doesn't mean anything as regards to spiritual things, you know.
Get Isaiah 42 and 9. And then a lot of people, man, they like to say, "Oh, the Bible is man-made." You stupid bitch! Everything that is on this earth is man-made or is written by men. So what kind of argument is that? You know, you got that precept?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
And new things he declares. The former things have come to pass. What are those former things? Us coming into slavery under the so-called white man and coming into America, man, in bondage and on slave ships. And Joel, how the Africans and the Arabs sold us to the fucking so-called white man, the Grecians. That all came to pass. That's how we know that these scriptures is real. Start from the top.
Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Exactly. Before things even happen, the Lord tells us of them through these scriptures. That's how we know that it's real. So when you go into Revelations 13, when it's talking about the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, then that's how we know that makes this book valid, because the prophet, everything that the Lord said has came to pass, and we see it coming to pass, man. Like the missiles, the war, how Russia is going have war with America and Iran, and how the Brexit, how America's enemies or America's allies is going to become enemies and turn on them, man. That's how we know. And that's how we know also that it's the end times, man. Matthew 24 talks about, go ahead and get that. Matthew 24 and 4. Start at 3.
This is Matthew 24, starting at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Right, the sign of the Lord's coming, of Yahawashi coming back, is also the end of this world, man, of Esau's rulership, and the beginning of our rulership under Yahweh Bahashim, Yahawashi. You know, go ahead.
And of the end of the world. And Yahawashi
15.
And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach.
Right, many is going to come trying to say that they're the anointed, saying that they the ones, you know, that you should follow. Be not deceived, though, man. And it's going to be so bad. It's so bad out here because it says that even if it was possible, even the very elect could have been wooed off this shit, man. But it's not possible. It's impossible, man. You're not going to get the elect. Lord willing, we have that number. You're not going to get us to fall victim to none of these weak-ass doctrine, man. That's why in Revelations it also says, talking about them that was not defiled with women. It's not talking about physical women, man. It's talking about these philosophies, you know, like the brother said, you know. And a lot of Christians be like, well, have you had sex before? That's a sin. You know, you're not of the elect if you had sex before.
Yeah, you had sex with a woman before. Hey, it's crazy too. You had sex with a woman before
marriage.
Before you signed off on it with a court document saying that you're married. You know how stupid that is, man. I'm so mad. I got mad about even thinking about but that I believed that shit when I was in the world.
But that's that church shit, man.
That's that church shit, man. Exactly. Man.
That's the women that they try to follow us with, you know. Yeah. But the Lord took us away from them. That's why even it says a wicked woman is given onto a wicked man. And that's talking about, you know, on this earth, but also, you know, these philosophies is gonna get you wicked niggas, because the Lord don't want you, but He's gonna get the righteous. He's gonna give this righteous woman Sophia this wisdom of the knowledge of the knowledge and understanding of these scriptures, and He's gonna give it to righteous men. He's not gonna give this to wicked niggas, man. Go ahead, Hawk.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Man, it's going to be race wars out here. It's going to be Russia versus America, China versus America, Korea. Yeah, South Korea versus America, Iran versus... Bro, America, bro. Everyone on the country is going to jump America, man. With them missiles, 200 million missiles. Some of these missiles is going to personally hit some of these people, though, man. Like a direct hit on these people, you know. And the Lord, the worst ones, man, is literally going to get hit with a missile. There's so many missiles, it's literally going to be targeted at some of these people, man. The Lord's going to guide it and have it hit some of these wicked niggas out here and these Edomites, you know.
And it's not going to be like you just going to get hit, you know, that missile come down and you're going to die instantly. The Lord's going to make you suffer through that, man.
Exactly.
He's going to make you suffer, man.
You're going to feel that shit.
Exactly, man, because people like to think that that idea, you know, you die, it's a quick instance, and then you know, you deal with what you got to deal with. No, man, the Lord's going to make you suffer through that, man. That's the fear of the Lord, man. It's the power, it's the knowledge of even knowing that He can leave your soul and that body and make it feel like you'd have been burning for 1,000 years.
Yeah, and it's only been 2 minutes.
And it's only been 2 minutes, man. A split second, man. So it ain't nothing to play with. And you can go ahead.
Edomite will catch a missile, right? And it'll feel like he's been there so long. When he goes to the spiritual world, he's like, shit. Well, at least I dodged slavery, my 1,000 years of slavery. At least I dodged that. But he's gonna get sent back on the earth in reincarnation, and it's gonna be just the very beginning, man. It's gonna be the first day of slavery, but it felt like he already been in that hellfire for 1,000 years, and he thought he dodged slavery and captivity.
And even in the movies, man, they always like to joke around and say like, "I'll see you in hell" or "Welcome to hell." Oh, shit, that's a welcome right there, man. Them missiles, man. Hey, that's your welcome to hell. That's gonna be your trial and tribulation. That's gonna be the entrance into your eternity, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's their entrance. That's them going through the front door of their eternity, is seeing that. What the fuck? It's nuclear fire and this is the beginning? Man.
Yeah, that's the beginning.